both teams have looked absolutely great in their first matches. So
this is some crazy shit. I have no idea. OD safe lane. I mean, it literally has not been done before. So
we are breaking new ground here. As also we have an illustration of a turtle and a hare.
Yes.
And I've attempted to draw a question mark because I don't know what to make of this game. I need to see it. I need to see it happen before me. Game number 1, Vici and EG. Let's see how it goes.
Please don't.
Oh, hi. Suns fan here with Synderen. This is EG versus Vici Gaming for, I guess you could call it the lower bracket semifinals.
Yeah.
This is game. Thank you for
you can call it
processing that in your giant brain.
You're very welcome.
What do you? I mean, we see OD, Brood, both on the same freaking team. I mean, this is a crazy draft, Synderen.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. It's very fitting that it's EG that busts this out just based on how they've been drafting in the tournament. Obviously, we've been talking about this on multiple panels, that they're a very lane-focused team, and sometimes they're willing to sacrifice traditional like team fight elements in order to get good hero matchups. And this game is no different. The only real key team fight spell they have is Earth Spirit, right, with the Magnetize. You have Sanity's Eclipse, which is a bit unreliable because it's situational when you get it off, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but none of those like Ravage or Arena or whatever Winter's Curse that we've seen run, which in this game is on. This game is on Vici Gaming. Yeah, I'm kind of with the panel. I feel like it's hard to predict who is really going to come out ahead in this because there's so much uncertainty revolving around this OD. I have barely seen this played for like 2 or 3 months, but we can definitely appreciate like the thought process behind running this hero into this lineup. The panel pretty much covered all of it, so we don't need to repeat that. And for Vici Gaming, it's more standard for what they've been running. They have some of the really strong meta picks, Lion, Wyvern, as well as Timbersaw. And they are bringing out their Storm Spirit this game that I think they might be the team that's played the most in the tournament on Ori.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, they also have played a lot of games compared to a lot of the other teams, obviously, since they've, you know, came from, what was it, the wild card or the group stage?
They came from wild card.
Yeah, they've been in there quite a while. So, but yeah, the OD, when this hero was kind of redesigned again, it was complete garbage. Then another patch came out, and then it was completely OP, and we saw it a ton. Like, typically you'd set it up like Astral into Arrow from, or any kind of setup really, and then it got nerfed again, and then we haven't seen it since. And then they renamed it. Can you click on OD real quick? Just got to double check this. All right, it is Outworld Destroyer now, just to double check.
I would have actually got that wrong, probably.
Obsidian, what was it? Obsidian, what was the original name?
First it was Obsidian Destroyer, then it was Outworld Devourer.
Right.
And now it's Outworld Destroyer.
And then, yeah, exactly. So a lot of different name changes.
Then it was OD Pixel.
Sure, if you want to call it that. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting OD game for sure, like you said, just because of the int and whatnot.
Oh. Curious about this mid matchup. I feel like this should be bat favored until Storm hits 6, especially now that Abed hits level 3 is when he really starts to be able to bully with the 2 in Napalm. Doesn't have too much mana right now, has to wait for the bottle to arrive before he can really push Ori the extra little bit. But so far, so good for EG in the laning stage, right? They've got 3 of the top 4 CSers. They've chosen to put the Broodmother in the safe lane, actually, electing to put that against the expected Timbersaw matchup. Or maybe this was a little bit of a, you know, rock, paper, scissors with the teams trying to dodge each other and then ending up with the same lanes after all.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Witch Doctor work pretty well with that Maledict against Timbersaw a couple games ago. And I mean, Witch Doctor why is this hero not picked normally? I feel like it's an NA special almost, because when I was covering NA DPC, it was a very, very common pick, not only against Enchantress, but against really tanky heroes, thanks to that aforementioned Maledict.
Right. It seems to be an a go-to for EG against, like you said, tanky heroes, and it does have some weaknesses, right? I think a lot of the times when Witch Doctor feels weak, it's playing against mobile cores, it's playing against these Orchid carriers that have just been less popular in this tournament, right, than they have in the recent month or two. Heroes such as Storm. Storm is not a good matchup for Witch Doctor whatsoever. He's just a target for Orchid. You just jump and kill him.
Yeah.
But in this game, they obviously do have the save of OD to try to back up. Speaking of OD, we're seeing him right now, trading some blows up top.
How do you even build this hero anymore? Like, what's the skill build? Right now he has a 2-0-1, so nothing in Astral. Is that even a value point anymore? I'm asking such a noob question because I literally don't see this hero.
No,
and they redesign it like 3 different times.
I honestly am just as curious as you are to see how Arteezy skills here.
Oh, we're going to see the Maledict set up with that cast into the right click from Ice Ice Ice, but Golden Brace is taken pretty early. Ice 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 getting some lifesteal off in the meantime. Pops the Fairy Fire as well. And with that Maledict fly, ends up netting the first blood for EG.
Yep. And immediately popping a salve onto Ice 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 as well. So, yeah, they are kind of destroying this bottom lane. Brood has 18 for 8 against the 9 for 2 Timbersaw. With the Witch Doctor in lane obviously being a pretty much stronger lane support than Winter Wyvern, it's not too surprising that EG can accomplish this with their usual laning skill. Storm is, however, doing very well against the Bad Rider, and Spectre, I think, is also holding his own. So I don't think it's too bad for Vici Gaming here. Obviously, they do get first blooded, but
yeah,
kind of
applied
expected.
to Old 11 again as well. He's going to get the Timber Chain off, trying to do some chip damage to Fly. No kill will come of it. Meanwhile, top lane though, Yo-Yo, yeah, PYW is here with the Earth Spike's going to be connected onto Arteezy. Will that be enough to save him? Yeah, the Arcane Orb not quite in range to finish him off.
He's actually not skilling Astral at all, you're right. He's going 202.
Yeah.
Really focusing on this harass with the Arcane Orb. So the popular build we saw in OD when it was considered really good was to max, or at least get 3 points in Astral so that you could set up your Meteor Hammer. I don't think that's the build we're going to be seeing from Arteezy this game because, first of all, he's position 1, which is, you know, the popular OD positions back then were 2 and 3. I think he will be fine on Timber here. Yeah, not too much. So that was position 2 and 3, and it was more of a utility route where you have a lot of stun and lockdown. In this game, he needs to deal damage. So probably something like Treads into a variant of BKB, maybe a Hex somewhere down the line against both Spectre and Storm.
I mean,
yeah,
how do you fare?
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know what he's going to buy.
A right-clicking OD against a Spectre before Spectre gets a ton of items. Sounds like it could be pretty good.
It is pretty good. It does a lot of damage. And obviously, OD does the damage from a decent distance, so Dispersion doesn't hurt you too much. Old 11 needs to maybe be careful if there's
level 5
rotation.
now as we see Ori come in. Looks like he's going to apply the pressure to crit. Tries to roll away, but not going to happen. So evening up the scoreline is Vici Gaming. Yeah, this top lane. I mean, in terms of CS, Arteezy 23 and 10 versus the Spectre 26 and 4. So
Pretty much break even.
a few more denies for Arteezy, but at the same time, you're really just trying to, you know, harass and potentially getting a quick kill here.
Oh, he did have Lasso, right? Yeah.
He did. Flame Break didn't put him close enough, sadly. For EG fans, that is. Not biased at all, Syndra, of course.
Very good.
Just need to make sure everybody's very understanding of that. But Old 11 in the meantime on that, I mean, 18 and 3 on the Timbersaw. So, I mean, he's going to start getting really tanky now. So, not sure, like, how does this even match up with the Brood at this stage?
I think they both just farm. But Brood, when Brood hits level 6, will also be able to farm side camps in the same at the same time he farms the lane. So I do think Ice 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 will get slightly more out of that bottom lane. And yeah, we haven't really talked too much about the fact that they got the Brood, right? Like this was the overall first pick of the draft. It's been banned against EG basically every game in the playoffs in that first phase. So Vici Gaming wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
And I mean, so far so good, right? Some of the EG games that we've seen at this point, Ice 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 has already taken the enemy safe lane tower and bullied the carry out of the game. So they're doing better than the average EG opponent has on Brood. And that's a good sign for Vici Gaming, honestly. Some of the games that we've seen from Brood where it has lost is when, even if Brood is farming, if it hasn't denied the enemy enough, then a lot of the time you can solve this hero with itemization or with the right matchups, such as Storm, I think is a great hero against Brood.
Yeah,
Gives vision, it has very high range and catch.
Yeah, they have good catch with both Storm and Spectre in the
They
later
have
stages of the
solutions
game,
for
and they can take out these spiders pretty swiftly as well.
Yeah.
Between Wyvern and Timber, pretty much all
Big
of them.
rotation from EG. This one,
Yeah, they're going to want this real bad. Cask into Maledict, Flame Break to follow, and Lasso is there as well, but there's the Cold Embrace healing up just a little bit. See how much damage this Maledict ends up doing. He's going to pop that wand, Timber Chain to safety as DY gets taken out by Ice 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 in the meantime. Now Old 11 looks to be dead as well, so EG picking up a double. Let's see if they can do some chip damage or maybe even more to this Tier 1 tower.
obviously Ice 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 being an ex-StarCraft player, should feel very much at home playing Broodmother. The most Zerg-like hero we have.
Yeah, Zerg was my race as well, actually. I was very bad at micro, though.
That's why you switched games.
Yep, FPS is my life sim, and you're right. Ice getting jumped now by Ori. Fly gets off the cast for now. Old 11 is here, though, with the Chakram into the Timber Chain, and this looks to be a kill going the way of Vici Gaming.
Good response.
Was out of mana there, but yeah, kind of a close kill. If you just survive a second and a half longer, maybe.
Looks like they might even be thinking about, no, never mind. It looked like PYW was maybe, yeah, he is sticking around to try to steal this little small camp stack with an Earth Spike and some farm down here for the Lion. Getting that level 5. I really like seeing supports do this in this patch. I feel like when there's a medium stack, a lot of these heroes that are in fashion right now can do this. And it might seem like, oh man, this is taking forever for just a double medium stack. It's pretty damn valuable. At the same time, you do have the Timber farming the lane, so it's not like you're wasting time. If there's nothing on the map you have to do, killing 2 jungle camps is definitely not bad. Already level 5.5 on Lion. Should mean that the Tome can go to the Wyvern.
Yeah, and Ice is now transitioned to the top lane, so it looks like the tier 1 tower, in all likelihood, will just be given up by Vici.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arteezy, not a good pushing hero at all, which, you know, if he's playing the position 1 Lesh, kind of a different game plan, but, I mean, Ice can definitely help, and the fact that they've kind of given up this lane.
Is he building Axe? Was that a point booster I saw on Arteezy? I think it was, right?
Okay,
Alright,
so
he's
that's
rushing Axe.
still the double
So let's
Astral,
remind
right?
ourselves what this does, because nobody ever sees this hero.
Yeah, oh, Abed's going to
Abed?
get caught up by the Earth Spike, but, yeah, Vici now on the run.
I
Flame
think
break.
that's a really good call to not go for that kill, actually. They're respecting the rotation potential of EG, and now it might seem weird that they choose to go for it after all, but the position here is so much better for them since it's further away from the towers. Let's have a quick look at OD and the Aghanims. So obviously, you get the extra charge, you get 2 charges and it does more damage and it does AoE damage, so it helps you farm.
Right.
So I guess it's the farming item on OD here.
It turns into the Astral of old, as it were. As
Crit
crit.
step.
Yep. Ori will be able to finish him off pretty easily, but there's the lasso. This would be a pretty big kill. Cold Embrace, keeping him alive for now. He doesn't really have much mana, so he'll probably tick out here one way or the other. Trying to take Fly with him, but it's not going to be. So 1 for 2 in favor of EG, and the Spiders have arrived. The Zerglings, as you call them, Cinderin. Or maybe they're Banelings now. No, they don't explode.
As long as you don't call them the boys. The boys is Wraith King only. It's
Okay.
reserved to Wraith King.
The children. That may be too graphic.
How about the Brood? Would that be confusing?
It is. It's like having Doom with his ultimate as Doom. Never been a fan of that
that's
one,
really
honestly.
confusing and never know what you're talking about. When you're like, Doom is on cooldown, you're like, does he mean the spell or the hero?
You never know.
Yeah,
As Old
that's
11's
true.
going to get initiated on. Of course, you can see Lasso is not up right now. Oh, he misses the Timber Chain. Magnetize can do a lot of magic damage as well. And Old 11 dropped. Not sure if it really would have mattered, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe, actually. He could have definitely bought some time and maybe survived, but yeah, a rare miss. Old 11 has been very consistent on his Timbersaw this tournament, but that time around...
Yeah, I just want to say Old 11 in general, like he has this reputation of being a very hot or cold kind of guy, but this tournament he has been really consistent, I feel.
He's been on. That's for sure. Oh, Ice.
Yep, getting jumped by Ori. PYW and DY are here as well, and this looks to be an easy one with that Finger of Death. You see a Death Ward come out to Poyoyo. He has his Blade Mail, obviously does not reflect anything there. Maledict is applied, but will be fine.
And I think all in all, right, so you're Vici Gaming right now. You've lost your mid and your top tier 1 tower. You've taken the bottom one, so you're 1 tower behind. 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in against the Brood, 1 kick ult behind. Your Storm and your Spectre are having decent games. I think this is okay, given the matchups that they have here against EG on some of their really trademark heroes.
Wow, they're actually going to curse crit. Flies in the vicinity as well. And Arteezy, okay, Old 11, this would be a much bigger kill than the Wyvern to begin with. The Astral mid-Timber Chain, nicely done from Arteezy. That'll end up being a very easy kill for EG.
I think he was not expecting OD to show up there. That was kind of crazy.
Thought it was a solo crit, I suppose.
Well, and Fly. It was Fly he was going for, right? He jumped past crit, but
that's true.
Jumped right into the OD.
I mean, we have to also mention, I know we talked about this last cast when we were doing EG again. Crit's like the only guy playing Earth Spirit.
Yep.
And it comes to a point where, do you ban this at some point in the draft? Because he has looked god tier.
You might have a ban over in the second phase, right? EG did not first phase at this game, I do believe.
Yeah,
they
it feels like most teams in the second
backs.
phase are just reserving everything for Arteezy's heroes, for the most part. But
and I think what to look out for now is, can EG expand, right? So you've built this lead, you've taken the mid tower, and you're trying to play into the enemy jungle, but are you going to be able to keep killing these heroes, or okay, Ori?
Oh yeah, jumping in with that silence, nicely done. Abed has the lasso as well. A huge kill for EG. And Ori, that's a couple of pretty, I mean, that's basically a death after death there, back to back.
He was the top net worth in the game. Now he's getting overtaken by the Bat. So a very, very big kill for them to get. Obviously, Spectre with the Blade Mail is just going to be farming Triangle. It's a big part of the reason you buy this item is to unlock that part of the map for yourself to farm. So he's keeping up pretty well with EG's heroes, but the gap is starting to get built here, so EG doing a very good job at putting that pressure from mainly the map control and the Brood that they are so adept at running.
Indeed. Now Ice has taken over the enemy jungle, and I mean, typically around the 14 to 16 minute mark, I feel like this tier 2 falls when we see Broods. We'll see if that comes to fruition for EG.
You can play around that as Vici in two ways. One way is to put the Timber Saw here and hope to defend. And the other thing is to make a team rotation and try to kill EG up here. And I guess one final option is to put Timber here with people smoked behind and try to make it a bait where EG go for it. Oh, PYW is dead.
Crits and Biz here.
He has no idea he's
now
being
they
watched.
know he has a ward there as well, so they're going to get a kill and a D ward in all likelihood. Doesn't want to bother using well, actually doesn't even have it, but doesn't need it obviously. Has that Blink Dagger now. Another nice kill for EG as they have a 2K net worth lead right now. I mean, when you have a Brood on your team, are you expecting to get off to a better start? Is that kind of, I mean, with the tower advantage and whatnot, is this, would you say, par for the course in a lot of ways?
I think if EG could pause the game right now and look at the gold distribution, they would feel pretty comfortable.
Do you think they should pause?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, just checking there.
Vici Gaming, I'm thinking about what timing you're waiting for, right? Like, are you waiting for a key item on Storm? Are you waiting for a key item on Timber? Because you have like no, I don't think there's like an obvious item here that just changes everything right now. You do have your hood on Timber. How far is it Storm? Wait, hang on. All right, got on. So he's going Sanj Kaya. Maybe that's the one they're waiting for. He's got that now. Did not elect to go Orchid whatsoever, maybe because of the risk of getting silenced himself by Earth Spirit and the save from OD. Just getting a well-rounded damage efficiency item for Storm. The mana regen is nice. It's a very feel-good item. There's that D-ward you talked about.
Do you think Yules is too defensive as a choice for Storm to be able to take off silence from crit?
I think it's too risky just because Yules against these heroes is kind of dangerous, right? Like you're also setting up the enemy team to land their combinations.
As we see. Oh,
that's a good curse.
Winter's Curse to try to cancel out that lasso into the Earth Spike to follow.
You gladly take that spell
spells.
trade. It's very good for Vici to not get killed by this.
Absolutely. Flame Break comes down. There's Ori jumping in. Arteezy has to Astral himself for now, but you see the Magnetize being applied to basically everybody from Vici's side. Sandy's Eclipse just deletes Lion from the face of the earth as Fly. Looks like he'll be the trade for now. Arteezy finally taken out. And look at this Magnetize. Crit is doing so much freaking damage. The Timber Saw does fall as well, but now Abed looks to be next for Vici as they're starting to clean up a little bit. But now the Silence onto the Storm Spirit. Ori will be able to zip out safely, so a 3 for 3.
Close fight.
Absolutely.
Great Aghanims reveal from Arteezy there. That had some serious value. I think he had, was it one offensive and one defensive Astral in that fight, and then the ulti? Damage, not too overwhelming though. If you are an old Dota fan and you have seen OD in its many forms, the current form of OD is like rolling the dice. You never really know how much damage you do because nobody ever plays it or understands how the spell works.
We didn't even know the name of the hero. Yep. And Ice looks to be dead. That is so much burst damage from Vici.
Yep, they got him down.
And down he goes. I mean, yeah,
so we're going to see a replay here. So that's the defensive one, and he comes out and he immediately uses ult to get the line killed, banishes himself again. So it's double defensive, just buying time, but whenever you banish yourself, obviously the damage from you is not coming out. So Vici Gaming's heroes are surviving through all of that and getting the trades.
Once he gets BKB, I mean, that's obviously got to be the next item, I would assume. That's the fighting item for OD in this case. I mean, I remember back in the day, in pubs at least for Dota 1. Back in my day. OD would go, this is Dota 1 by the way. 5 Mystic Staffs. Do you remember this?
I actually do remember that.
And you would just insta-kill anybody with your ult. As Crit jumps into the other side here, gets the nice silence, but only onto DY for now. Magnetizing can be applied to him just solely.
Curse.
Yeah, Arteezy onto, Curse onto Arteezy. Can they find him in the trees? No, it looks like DY will get out. Yeah.
Good movement from DY there. And the game is pretty much equalized now. So
Yeah.
immediately after that fight, it looked like both teams kind of broke even. But Vici Gaming have found a little bit more gold in the recent moments with that Brood kill.
Yep.
And they get an extra.
Indeed.
It's honestly a little bit concerning from EG's perspective here how strong this Storm seems to be getting, right? Like, there are a lot of really good picks for him in this game. He's very good against Brood, Witch Doctor. He's one of the only heroes that truly can deal with an OD at this point in the game when the BKB isn't up because, yeah, you have 2 saves, but I have, like, semi-global initiation on you, and they do have the follow-up burst with Haunt, Finger, and Timbersaw. So, all in all, I think Vici's game plan, they should be happy right now. They've weathered the storm against Brood. They've only lost 3 tier 1 towers, right? But no tier 2s.
Yeah,
I think this is
that's
the worst
big thing.
Brood performance EG has had, and I'm not talking about Ice specifically, but how much they have won on the map. In every other Brood game we've seen from EG, at this point it felt like, okay, they're about to almost win at this point.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Vici are looking very good
the question
here.
that I have for you is, do you think that's actually a requirement for this version of Brood, or is that just how it's been going so far? Because almost all the games that we've seen are wins on Brood regardless, right?
Yeah, but how many of them have been even minute 20, though?
Yep, not many.
That's what I'm thinking. I would rather be on the Dire right now.
Bad jump. Ooh, the silence into the lasso. PYW gets the impale onto 2 heroes. And that's going to buy enough time for Ori to zip on out of there. Abed, I believe, has a BKB coming shortly. Actually, 600 gold off as a curse. Again, a solo one onto Crit. He's going to turn this around onto Wyvern, it looks like. Not sure if they actually want to continue on here. As PYW takes a tumble, and yeah, EG now on the run. Again, I feel like their power spike are these BKBs on both Abed and Arteezy.
For sure. BKB is a very good item against the Dire lineup here. So getting there is big. Arteezy did get the kill on Lion off screen. Not even buying BKB at all. He's going straight Pike. I mean, I understand the perspective of you're the carry, right? You need to deal the damage. But again, the worry I have is that you are too susceptible. You have no natural saves in your team. You're not playing with like an Oracle or an Abaddon or whatever that can allow you to get your banishes off. So I think by not going BKB, you're giving Vici a very clear entry point into fights, where if opening on OD has to be a really feel-good play, especially with the Orchid on Storm that's coming up in about 500 gold. They're looking for crit here. They don't really want to go for that. There's an OD behind.
Old 11 trying
They're
to apply a little pressure here. Arteezy gets initiated on. The Haunt comes out. The Chakram to follow. And the Finger of Death. Wait, he astral himself just in time. I think they actually dodged the Finger of Death. It's a double astral now, but I do believe he's going to fall shortly after coming back here. And absolutely, Vici Gaming get that first quick kill. It's going to cost them the Lion for now. Turns into a 4v4, but definite advantage for Vici, as Ori still has a decent amount of mana left here. DY getting pressure by Ice in the meantime. Abed going to get stunned, and Pioyo with Old 11 to help out. That ends up being a second core dead for EG.
Yep.
The question is, do they, I mean, how fast is the Roche? Not really.
You see it right there, right? Like, there's a very, very clear access point for them. They jump, they haunt, they commit, and because of the lack of saves on EG, they can't really do much about it. Like, Arteezy, basically more or less best case scenario. I think he might have even dodged the finger damage with the first Astral.
Yeah.
And despite all of that, he still ends up dying, getting 0 damage out. And Vici do take the fight.
Well, this is a small sample size, but so far not so good for OD. Maybe there's a reason nobody's picking this hero.
I mean, if you want to look at the positives in this game, I also do think Arteezy has, you know, accomplished quite a bit of things too. So he did well in the lane, and we had a couple of team fights with the Astral. It is buying a lot of time, but you need to remember what role it is playing in the game. It's the position 1. If he was doing the same stuff that he's doing right now as a position 3 hero, it would feel a lot better, because then probably you're winning the fights in the meantime with the carry dishing out a lot of damage. But the heroes doing the damage while you're banishing yourself for 10 seconds every fight are Earth Spirit, who's playing against, you know, a Hood and a Timbersaw with Lotus, so he can counter out that.
Right.
A Bat Rider who's struggling to get in against all these stuns, and a Brood who's getting countered by Cold Embrace and Curse. So
yeah, Old 11 trying to defend this tower. Looks like he'll be successful. There's only a couple spiders to speak of. Ori has his Orchid now, and Arteezy is committed to this Dragonlance, so we'll see how this changes things. Again, he's going to need something to take off.
I honestly feel like every time he shows he's just going to get jumped by Spectre and Storm and die.
All right, Curse onto Abed. It's not going to last very long because of those changes to that.
That's a freebie.
Absolutely. Will be a freebie. I mean, this is one benefit of having an OD. You can just go right through the Cold Embrace.
Yeah, very good against Wyvern.
All right, Astral onto the creep to help farm. The fact that he had to buy Ags just to be able to farm OD, that feels pretty bad. 4,200 gold item. I mean, I guess it's like getting a Battle Fury or something. A really bad Battle Fury.
You know what I think OD needs? I think it needs a rework.
Oh, another one?
It's been a month. It's time
you know what?
to rework OD again.
I think we need to change his name as well. Oh, PYW in the fog here. They're going to try to jump onto Abed. Does have Finger of Death. Not even needed, though. Down Abed goes, and Crit was trying to save his comrade, but it's going to cost him his life.
Really quick move, right? Like in the blink of an eye, he's just gone. You don't even get to react there. That's what Vici's lineup does so well, is when they isolate a hero, the amount of single target damage is just crazy. Haunt, Storm, and Lion will kill everyone on OG or an EG.
OG.
It's an OD-EG combo.
It's too soon.
Anyone on EG,
Too soon.
they don't need to kill OG. They've taken care of that.
They've taken care of themselves. As Puyoyo now in the bot lane, second in net worth behind his Storm Spirit brother Ori. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Arteezy's still farming really well. I mean, Abed on the Bat Rider. Bat Rider is not exactly the biggest farmer these days, but I mean, he's still up there. And they're not really that far behind. The question is, how good is Brood when in these situations you don't have a tier 2 tower yet?
How good is Brood, and how much is a 2k gold deficit in the scope of what heroes the two teams have, right? Not just the Brood. I think this is an insane Spectre late game. There is one hero you're scared of, and that's OD. But then you realize, I'm scared of OD, I'll just stop being scared. And then you win. So a bit concerning. Finally, the tier 2 tower will fall. 25 minutes it took EG to get a tier 2 with their Brood.
Yeah.
I think that is a personal worst by like 10 minutes in this tournament for them.
Yeah, I would.
So definitely very,
agree.
very late. They will get it though. You can't help but have this feeling that EG is playing with pressure right now, right? Like you do need to. Do you agree with that? It feels like they need to accomplish something pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, Roche would be a good start, but how fast can they do it? And will Vici try to actually defend this? They do have, I mean, Haunt's not up right now, but obviously Storm is crazy in the pit, Wyvern is crazy in the pit, Timbersaw as well, depending on the positioning. But they are all alone right now, so this looks like it is a freebie. But as
you definitely give this to Arteezy, 100%. So then he can save himself 4 times.
All right, he is going BKB now. So he has the Ags, Hurricane Pike, now BKB. I guess that,
Okay.
Storm, Ori.
Gathering info.
All right, well, he gathered it. And Arteezy takes the Aegis for himself.
This is a really, really good core to have Aegis on because of its ability to save the other cores that can get gone on. So now Vici Gaming have to choose between, okay, now Arteezy is not the obvious choice because he has 2 lives. And if we go on anyone else, Arteezy has insane reach to save with the Pike plus Ags.
Right.
Can very easily... Or well, I don't think the Ags increases cast range anymore, right? It just gives damage and AoE, I do believe. But yeah, he has the Pike to reach.
Yeah, it doesn't have an Aether Lens or anything like that, but I hope we don't... Actually, you know what? I hope we do see Shard this game. It sounds so bad. I think it got changed slightly to be less cast time. It was 4... Was it a 4-second cast time? Am I imagining?
1.5.
Okay, I was imagining that. All right. It was
just 4 seconds.
I mean, I just remember it being unbelievably atrocious.
Hang on, guys. We're just getting my first aid kit. Just get out of the fight for a little bit. Oh my god. It was already the worst Shard, but that would have truly been.
Ice Frog, if you need help finding out like what's the worst Shard and worst Ags and how to make them the worst, just come to me.
Yeah, that's
just add a 3-second extra channel time. Ice. All right. Dealing some damage to this tier 3 tower. It's already at half health. And it's going to force rotation back from Vici Gaming. Of course, the wave is pushing bot lane, but we can see on the minimap that Vici is not there. Well, Puyoyo is in the vicinity, very close to getting Scotty. He is ginormous.
I don't know. Okay, you know the classic game that I like to play once in a while where I'm like, guess the win percentage? What do you think Gaben thinks right now? Don't show us yet.
I'm going to say 85% for Vici.
85 Vici.
Yeah, I mean, Storm and Spectre late game is crazy.
I think the AI won't even know because it has 0 sample size on OD. But I'm gonna go with 70. 75. 75?
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Okay, well, we might have a fight, so...
Damn, you were really close.
All right.
Dude, that was a sick guess.
Thank you, thank you.
You're such a robot.
Thank you. Ice
87%.
If you need help balancing the game, just let me know. I know everything, apparently. But yeah, 3 minutes still on the Aegis, and this is the timing that EG needs to, I mean,
They
need
have to do
accomplish
something.
Oh, the zip in onto Abed. BKB being shown from Ori. Winter's Curse on the sideline, and with the Finger of Death, Abed is done, and that means EG needs to get the hell out of here. Arteezy, in the meantime, getting slowed. Cass is going to come out to save him. He's going to have to Astral himself, but he's inside a Chakram in the meantime. And yeah, he's going to get blown up. That is the Aegis, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's going to be dead twice here. Ice, Ice, Ice. He's not really being able to do much damage here. It looks like Arteezy actually blinked out, so...
No, he saved himself for a bit.
Saved himself again. Okay. So this is going to be a full team wipe for Vici Gaming against an Aegis. I think the OD experiment has failed.
That was a really, really good execution, by the way. So worth highlighting here, they choose to go on a hero that has BKB in the Batrider. They get the surprise jump, and in the meantime, they coordinate that curse on Arteezy so he can't save the Bat, which was what would have counterplayed all of this. So Vici Gaming very aware of what EG are trying to do there, and they're just not giving the opportunity. You see the replay here. Immediate Finger. They take care of Abed. As soon as Abed is out of this fight, honestly, this fight's over after the first kill. Like, you have no chance as Radiant to fight back here. All you can do is hide in the Nether a couple of times.
Yeah. The fact that I thought he blinked out, he doesn't have that much farm since he does not have a blink dagger. But yeah, this was a not even remotely close fight in favor of Vici Gaming. But yeah, if he can take out the initiator, which is Abed, that's really the only way. I mean, Crit can jump in, but he's not going to lock anybody down.
I'm not. I would not say I'm in a very good position to judge OD builds because I never play the. Oh well, I actually did play the hero when it was popular as support, but.
Yes, give us your
I don't
insight.
play it at all right now. This Pyke has felt zero impact to me in this game. I have actually not seen it do
with
much
the initiation,
whatsoever.
they have to get this kill. Absolutely have to. There's a Sanity Eclipse doing a little bit of damage. His right clicks do more, though, that's for sure. Blade Mail ended up reflecting quite a bit, but Arteezy will live, and they will get that Spectre kill.
That is a good kill. Abed speaking for Arteezy here.
Yeah, we'll see if they can turn this into anything, but it is an 8K net worth
He's swapping
lead
to Hex away from
at 30
BKB.
minutes. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, honestly...
At this stage, maybe
you
that's the
have
right
to.
choice.
Like, yeah, you can get that BKB, but maybe your damage isn't enough anymore, so you have to commit for that big item.
It has a Mystic Staff in it,
But
so you can't go wrong.
That's true. Honestly, it really is concerning here for EG. It's a nice pick, though. They do get the Spectre and a little bit of breathing room. But judging from how tight VG have been playing in this tournament, especially in the playoffs, they're not going to give them any extra kills, no freebies outside of that Spec kill. And as soon as that Spectre spawns, I imagine we're going to see a smoke from Vici Gaming. They do have Haunt. All right, they're kind of semi-baiting Old 11 here, but they obviously have the opportunity to fight if they want to.
Silence onto Arteezy to start things out. BKB onto Ori.
That
looks like they're able to do much with it. Yeah, he uses BKB, so this could be an opening. As a Maledict into the stun onto the Timber Saw, but there's the Winter's Curse to hold him in place for now, and Old 11 out into safety. As the Spirit Vessel applied to him right now, they might try to chase this, but again, I mean, Haunt is up, but like you said, the BKB was used by Ori.
Yeah, I'm surprised they chose to go for that. I think I thought Ori was just going to poke them, but then he kind of hard committed with the BKB. Doesn't really cost them that much, though. It's just that charge. Oh, are they going to find him again? No. Koyoyo is not going to get caught once again. And I think, so looking at how they executed the last kill on the Spectre, I think you probably can't pull that off if there's support behind, right? Like if either Wyvern or Lion is there, even if you 5-man that kill, it can fail. Especially Wyvern, I would say, counterplays that very well. Just cursing the Bat prevents most of their heroes from going in and dealing damage at all. So Vici Gaming, either they do this exact thing with the smoke rotation where Spectre can haunt, or when you don't want to smoke, you just park the Wyvern there and make sure he is safe and sound while farming. Arteezy closing in on the Hex. Old 11 is just posing here. Obviously has the backup of his entire team. He's just giving info.
Lotus applied to him. They're just going to jump Arteezy with the Finger of Death. So much burst damage, and down he goes along with Fly. And with that, probably more. Abed had the BKB, still got bursted down regardless. And
that was just too easy.
Yeah.
Like,
too easy for Arteezy.
I'm dead.
Well,
to die.
yeah, true.
I think like this is one of those instances where I think if he could go back, he would buy the BKB second item for sure.
Probably.
But if they were like snowballing a bit more, it wouldn't have mattered, right? He could have gone for the same build he was going for originally.
Yeah, it's obviously also easy for us to say with our spectator knowledge of what the networks are.
Exactly.
Maybe EG's game read is different. Maybe they think they're ahead by more than they really are because they're playing Brood, and when you're playing Brood as EG, you're used to just crushing.
Right.
So they might have thought that, oh, we're, you know, like, it's an unfamiliar situation for them with this hero, I think, and at this point, they know they're really far behind.
And you have to give credit to Vici. They have shut down Ice for the most part, and that's not something we've really seen too much of in this.
Absolutely.
Not just against Ice, but just any Brood player, really. I think I've seen one game lose.
It makes me wonder if EG's initial laning setup was worth it. Like, because I think OD had every side lane matchup be favored, so it could have also been bot. Okay.
11, double Astral into the stun from Crit. There's the Winter's Curse. It's only a solo onto Arteezy for now as DY is getting pressured from Ice and Crit in the meantime. Arteezy does have Sanity's Eclipse, needs to get up his stacks though as DY continuing to get chased by Abed. Finally, they'll finish him off. Does have buyback available as Pyoyo pops his BKB, turning onto Abed now. There's the buyback onto the Wyvern. Finger of Death onto Arteezy, still silenced up into the stun. He can't even use his ult in these fights, and they're layering everything perfectly against him. Now Pyoyo trying to go on to fly a little bit here. Looks like Ice is going to be the target now as Ori still with plenty of HP to work with. Doesn't have an Aegis or anything like that, so has to be a little bit careful, but they're going to find that third kill of the fight. Double kill for the Lion of all heroes. Now Abed facing the fire, old 11th shard, and this is going to be a full team wipe for Vici Gaming. And I don't see a way back for EG anymore.
It's hard to see it. To be fair, though, it was hard to see it from minute 0 with that OD pick. You never really... No. We've been talking about it enough.
No, I mean, I could see the OD working.
Yeah, we could, right? That's like, let's remember what the conditions were for EG going into this game and what they were looking for, right? So there was... I could appreciate the logic behind us. We're seeing the replay here. Not too much to talk about. It's just VG cleaning up, but... You could definitely see the reasoning and the logic behind the OG.
Man, you really have OG on the mind.
From EG.
I want to apologize on behalf of the entire tournament, OG. Cinderin does not mean any disrespect.
Absolutely not. What was I even saying, Shane? So I was saying you could see the logic behind the OD pick, but since they didn't get the lead they were looking for with OD and Brood, this hero just, it really is hit or miss. It just is. Yeah. I don't think, like, when is the last time you've seen a decent OD game? It's like either you smash or you feel weak.
I mean, I literally can't remember one pro game after the nerf, the last nerf of OD,
it's
honestly.
It's a very rare
Because when it was really powerful, it would be, like you said, the Astral into Meteor Hammer, you just snowball. Didn't really, like, you play it mid. That's where I usually saw it in pro
It's
games.
a Hail Mary, by the way, here, but it's going to get broken by Old 11. Good read.
Yeah, and Old 11.
Walks in and breaks
They
the smoke.
definitely don't want to go on him, but there's the haunt. And looks like Vici want to focus on Crit to start things out. He gets Astral for now, but now the target is Arteezy himself. There's the Astral on himself again, but he's completely surrounded by members of Vici Gaming. Gets the Sanity's Eclipse off. He did probably 55 damage, and down he goes. So 5v4 in favor of Vici Gaming without the position 1 on EG to worry about, and this is going to be cleanup crew for them. And GGs are called, and this was a shellacking, Cinderin. Vici Gaming not only beating a Broodmother, but beating an OD. I never thought I'd say that this time.
Yeah. Got to be a confidence booster. It's a really good start to the series. I was kind of expecting going into this one that PG would try to double down on what they've been so good at with the early laning and the pressure in their carry Nature's Prophet. Don't remember if it got banned. Maybe it did. And that Vici Gaming has been one of the slower laning teams. They were slower in this game too. They ran a Spectre. They ran the mid-storm, heroes that needed a bit of build-up time, but they still managed to easily weather the storm against what EG were bringing with their only real pressure pick in the... Well, that both Brood and bad. Yeah. They honestly just were tame. And I do think, you know, you try something crazy like that OD, you're not going to see it again this series. It didn't work. They're going to go back to something more stable, I think. But I appreciate the creativity and the attempt.
I mean, yeah, EG, they've made the Nature's Prophet position 1 work. I was kind of, not sure if that was banned, but that's obviously something that they're used to using. This more high pace, not this... You know, farming Arteezy here, the Terrorblades, the Medusas, we still see it from time to time, but the Nature's Prophet has looked really good. The OD, again, it's 1 game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's, again, I see, like, theoretically how it could work.
It's dangerous.
It just really didn't work this game. I don't think there's another way to put it.
No.
So for the next game, are you expecting them to go a little bit more vanilla, perhaps, or do you still think they're going to throw out some stuff?
I would like to see them put a bit more pressure in lanes. And I'm saying that even though they had Bat and Brood. So I think it's mainly the Arteezy hero that's going to come from a little more laning prowess and earlier fighting. And I think they have a good shot.
All right, well, that'll do it for us for game one. Let's see what the panel has to say about this game and what EG has to do to come back.
Yeah, we're going to see if they come back in game two. Before we get there, though, analyzing this game one here with T-Gov and Kyle. And this was an OD. This was the first OD of the tournament. We have got quite a list of heroes not yet picked. We can go over there at some point, but I want to talk about this OD hero, T, because